Hello, I'm Hannah. I'm a product manager here at GenoPalate, and today I'm going to be demoing our practitioner or provider portal. So I will share my screen. So we'll have a login screen like this, and we'll have you sign up and get you credentials, and you can log in here. And then when you sign in, you'll see your provider number on the top right, which we will assign to you. And you'll see your client list down here. And so we'll have some basic info shown for the client, their age, gender, last update, and their status. And then to view details, you can click here. But before we dive into the details, I'll just show you how you can connect a client so that you see more clients here. So you're just gonna give this provider number to a client, and then they're gonna go into their account. So this would be where they can see their results. They'll log in with their information, and then they'll navigate to their account. So they can do that by going here, and that's this page. And then these are different tabs here. They'll hit My Providers, and then they can enter that code here and just hit connect. And then we'll see that this is now their active provider. So if we refresh here, you can see that a new person has been added to the client list. And so then if we view details, then for each user or client, you can see some kind of basic information on the top here, their email, sex, age, height, weight, BMI, job ID, that doesn't really apply here, their calorie needs, health objectives, feelings on weight, and any conditions they selected that they have in our onboarding questions. And then there's more sort of background information there in our onboarding questions tab down here. So when the users sign up in their account, so what I just showed where they connect, then they'll answer a questionnaire and all those answers will be here. So we ask things related to nutrition, for dietary preferences, if they avoid any foods, what their fruit and vegetable intake is, how often they dine out, these sorts of things. We also ask lifestyle and some health objectives, which are, in this case, around GLP-1. We also have their recommendations, and so in here there's many different drop downs you can select. So we have their nutrition recommendations here, and so you can see their personalized recommendation, which is based on their genetics, their age, and their sex. And so that numeric recommendation will be over here. And then we'll just indicate whether that's high, moderate, or low compared to average in lighter text next to the nutrient here. We also look at alcohol and caffeine metabolism rates and lactose and gluten sensitivity. So we show their results for that here. And then for optimal foods, these we score all of our foods in our database for this user specifically. So in this user, blackberries has a score of 81. For another user, it might have a score of 85. These are just scored based on how well the nutrients in this food match up to that user's genetic-based nutrition recommendations. So those are shown here. So this score reflects that. And you can also jump to different categories of foods using these orange bubbles up here. So if you want to look at leafy vegetables for this user, you just select that. If you want to look at seafoods, you can do the same. And these are color coded, so anything green is considered really good for this user. But once you start getting into purple, that's sort of in a enjoy in moderation category, and then yellow means to limit that food, which it means it's just not a great match for that user. We also have eating insights, and so these are broken down kind of by domain category. So we look at traits related to snacking, snacking tendencies, sweet snacking. Are they likely to prefer sweet snacks? Cravings. So whether they tend to have fatty cravings, protein cravings, we look at those traits here. Meal timing, meal control. Emotional eating, taste preference, and hunger cues is everything in the Eating Insights report. And then in the Stress Insights report has a similar layout. But here we look at things like brain responses. So this is related to things like serotonin, tryptophan, GABA, and sleep responses, mood-driven eating, social responses, trigger responses, mood boosting factors, and then mood and inflammation. So these are all under their recommendations tab when clicking on a user. We already looked at onboarding questions. And then formulas, this shows their GenoVit formula. And so this is also based on their genetic-based recommendations. We also have some tweaks for age and sex here, and we do ask a couple diet-related questions that we'll tweak ingredient amounts for as well. And so you can see which ones are based on what. For the ones that aren't labeled with anything, those we do include for everyone as just sort of a bonus in their supplement. And you can see if their subscription status is active or inactive at the top here. And we don't have it right now, but we are working on the ability for providers to go ahead and order this formula for their client. And then if you have a long list of clients, you can search their email up here to better find them. But that sums up the provider portal. Thank you for watching.